What happens when a Hollywood legend, revered for his stoic intensity and unshakable moral compass, steps into the crosshairs of a morning show host known for his piercing skepticism? Liam Neeson thought he was joining Good Morning America to promote his latest film, the comedic reboot Naked Gun, but what erupted was a scorching confrontation that left the audience speechless, producers in a panic, and social media exploding with reactions. This wasn't just an interview gone wrong. It was a raw, unfiltered showdown over faith, integrity, and the courage to stand by one's convictions, transforming a routine segment into a cultural firestorm. Subscribe and drop a comment below, because this battle of principles escalates with every word, and you won't believe where it leads. Liam Neeson walked onto the Good Morning America set, greeted by warm applause, ready to discuss his surprising comedic turn in Naked Gun. But George Stephanopoulos quickly pivoted, sparking a heated debate about faith, Hollywood's moral landscape, and Neeson's public stance on spirituality. George Stephanopoulos opened, "Welcome back to Good Morning America. We're here with Liam Neeson, star of the new Naked Gun. But Liam, let's get real. You've built a career on gritty action heroes. So isn't this whole comedy thing, and your recent talk about faith, just a way to rebrand yourself in a woke Hollywood?" Liam responded, "Thanks for having me, George. I'm not rebranding. I'm exploring new roles and sharing what's true to me. Naked Gun is about making people laugh, and my faith is about finding meaning. What's wrong with that?" George pressed, "Nothing's wrong, but come on. You're talking about spirituality in interviews, quoting C.S. Lewis. Isn't that just pandering to a religious crowd to stay relevant?" Liam countered, "Pandering? No, George, it's called being honest. My work in films like Schindler's List or Taken always had a moral core. Faith is part of that. Why does that bother you?" The audience murmured, sensing the shift, as George pushed back. "Bother me? Not at all, but let's be honest. Faith talk feels like a hard sell when half the country's skeptical of religion these days, right?" Liam's voice stayed calm. "If people are skeptical, that's fine. But my job's to tell stories that resonate, whether it's action or comedy or faith. Naked Gun makes people laugh. My beliefs make me think. What's the problem with both?" George smirked. "No problem, but your Jesus quotes and church-going vibe. Isn't that a bit outdated for a guy who's been blowing up bad guys on screen for decades?" Liam replied, "Outdated? Truth doesn't have an expiration date, George. My career's about standing up for what's right, on screen and off. Have you watched Naked Gun yet? Or are you just assuming I can't be funny and faithful?" The audience chuckled, but George leaned in. "I've seen enough to know it's a stretch, Liam. You're selling this every man with faith act. But isn't it just a way to dodge the tough questions about Hollywood's moral decay?" Liam fired back, "Moral decay? That's rich, George. My films confront tough choices, like in The Gray, where it's about survival and soul. Why does my faith make you so uneasy?" George's tone sharpened. "Uneasy? I'm just asking, Liam. Isn't leaning on faith a bit convenient when your action hero days are winding down? A way to stay in the spotlight?" Liam responded, "Convenient? My faith's been with me through every role, from Rob Roy to Naked Gun. It's not a PR stunt. It's who I am. Why do you feel the need to mock that?" George scoffed. "Mock? I'm just doing my job, asking if your spiritual awakening is real, or just a script you're reading to keep fans hooked." Liam's voice grew firmer. "Real? I've spent years playing men who fight for something bigger, George. My faith drives that. It's not a script, it's a conviction. Maybe you should try asking about that instead of throwing shade." The audience gasped, the tension spiking, as George shot back. "Shade? I'm asking tough questions, Liam. Isn't that what journalists do? Or do you only want applause for your sermon?" Liam replied, "Journalists seek truth, George, not sound bites. You invited me to talk Naked Gun, so why are we debating my soul instead?" George Stephanopoulos doubles down. "So Liam, you're saying your faith is the real deal, but isn't it just a prop, like the guns in Taken, to make you seem deeper than the average action star?" Liam Neeson fires back. "A prop? My faith's been my anchor through every role, George, from Schindler's List to Naked Gun. It's not a costume I put on for applause, it's who I am. Why can't you respect that? George shoots back, respect? I respect facts, Liam, and the fact is, your Jesus talk feels like a marketing ploy to sell The Chosen cameos, or this new comedy. You're not fooling anyone. Liam counters, fooling? I'm not the one twisting an interview into a takedown, George. I came to talk about Naked Gun, a film about laughter, not lectures, so why are you so obsessed with my beliefs? George smirks, obsessed? I'm just calling it like I see it. Your whole man of faith shtick is a bit much for a guy who's made millions playing vigilantes, don't you think? Liam's voice sharpens. Millions? Sure, but every role I take, from Rob Roy to Naked Gun, has a moral core. Faith drives that, George. You want to talk about millions? How about the millions you make questioning people's integrity on live TV? George snaps. Questioning integrity? I'm doing my job, Liam. Asking why you're pushing religion in a world that's moved past it. Isn't that a bit out of touch? Liam retorts, out of touch? My faith connects me to people, George. The Gray was about fighting for meaning, not just survival. What's out of touch is mocking what gives people hope. George laughs. Hope? Come on, Liam. Your fans love you for kicking butt, not preaching. Why not stick to what you're good at, like blowing things up? Liam responds, stick to what I'm good at. I'm good at telling stories that matter, George. Naked Gun makes people laugh. My faith makes them think. Why does that scare you so much? George pushes harder. Scare? I'm not scared, Liam. I'm just wondering if you're using faith to dodge the real world. Like climate change or inequality, issues that don't need a Bible to solve. Liam counters. Dodge? My faith drives me to care about the world, George. I've worked with charities, spoken out on justice. My roles reflect that. From Love Actually to Naked Gun. What have you done lately besides take cheap shots? George's voice rises. Cheap shots? I'm asking questions, Liam. Isn't your whole spiritual act just a way to avoid accountability for Hollywood's excesses? Liam fires back. Accountability? Let's talk about yours, George. You invite me here to promote a comedy, then attack my beliefs. That's not journalism. That's a setup, and you know it. George scoffs. A setup? You're on my show, Liam. If you can't handle the heat, maybe stick to scripted lines. Liam's tone grows firmer. Scripted? I'm speaking from the heart, George. My faith isn't a line. It's a foundation. It's why I took on Naked Gun. To show joy, not just grit. Why can't you engage with that instead of tearing it down? George snaps. Tearing down? I'm just being real, Liam. Your faith talk might play well with churchgoers, but it's a tough sell for the rest of us who live in reality. Liam responds, reality? My reality is standing up for what I believe, George, not mocking others to score points. You want to talk reality. Let's talk about why you're so desperate to make my faith a punchline. George leans in. Punchline? I'm asking if you're genuine, Liam, or if this is just another role, like playing a cop in Naked Gun, all for show. Liam counters. For show? My faith got me through loss, through doubt, through every tough role, George. It's realer than this ambush you've set up. Why not ask about my work instead of my soul? George's voice turns cold. Ambush? You came on my show, Liam. If you can't take tough questions, maybe you shouldn't be here preaching. Liam responds. Preaching? I'm defending myself, George. You're the one turning a movie promo into a debate about my beliefs. That's not fair, and your audience knows it. George snaps. Fair? I'm giving you a platform, Liam, and you're whining because I'm asking if your faith is just a Hollywood glow-up. Liam's voice rises, whining. I'm calling you out, George. You're not asking questions. You're mocking what I stand for. That's not journalism. It's a performance. And it's getting old. George laughs. Performance? That's rich, coming from a guy who's built a career on pretending. Tell me, Liam, is your faith as real as your action hero stunts? Liam fires back. Pretending? Every role I take, from Taken to Naked Gun, has truth in it. My faith is the truth behind them. George, you want to talk pretending? Look at how you're playing the skeptic to rile up your crowd. George's tone hardens, riling up. I'm just doing my job, Liam. Asking why a guy like you, who's fought on screen for decades, needs a fairy tale to feel relevant. Liam responds, fairy tale? My faith is about courage, George. The kind I showed in The Gray, facing the void and finding meaning. Why does that make you so defensive? George snaps. Defensive? I'm just saying, Liam. Maybe stick to comedy. Leave the preaching to pastors. It's not your lane. Liam counters. My lane? My lane is being true to myself, George. Whether I'm making people laugh in Naked Gun or standing up for my beliefs here, why can't you handle that? George pushes further. Handle? I can handle it, Liam. But let's talk about your past. You weren't always this saintly figure, were you, before Hollywood polished you up? Liam's voice grows sharp. Polished? I've never hidden who I am, George. My faith helped me grow. It's why I can do Naked Gun and still speak my truth. Why bring up my past unless you're desperate to discredit me? George smirks. Desperate? I'm just asking, Liam, is your faith real, or is it just a way to clean up your image after years of playing violent heroes? Liam responds, clean up? My faith is my strength, George. It's what drives me to take risks, like comedy in Naked Gun. You're the one dodging the real conversation here. George snaps. Dodging? I'm asking you to own your contradictions, Liam. You can't play tough guys and preach peace without looking like a hypocrite. Liam fires back. Hypocrite. My roles reflect my values, George. Courage, redemption, humor. My faith ties them together. You're the one contradicting yourself, inviting me here to talk movies, then attacking my soul. George laughs. Attacking? I'm just keeping it real, Liam. Your faith might sell tickets, but it's not solving the world's problems, is it? Liam responds. Solving? I'm not here to fix everything, George. I'm here to inspire, to make people laugh or think. Why do you feel the need to tear that down? George's voice rises. Tear down? I'm asking if you're for real, Liam, or if this is just another act, like your Naked Gun gags. Liam counters. An act? My faith is why I'm here, George. It's why I can face your attacks and still stand tall. What's your excuse for turning this into a fight? Liam Neeson's voice thunders. You call my faith an act? George, but what's your act? Turning a movie promo into a personal attack. That's not journalism. It's a cheap stunt, and I'm done playing along. George Stephanopoulos snaps back. Cheap stunt? You're the one dodging, Liam. You come here spouting faith but can't handle a real question about your contradictions. Why not just own it? Liam fires back. Own what, George? That I believe in something bigger than myself. That's not a contradiction. It's the core of every role I've played, from Schindler's List to Naked Gun. Why can't you deal with that? George scoffs. Deal with it? I'm asking if you're genuine, Liam, or if this whole spiritual thing is just a way to keep your name in lights now that action flicks aren't cutting it. Liam retorts, keep my name in lights? I've been in this game for decades, George. I don't need faith to stay relevant. I need it to stay true. Something you might not understand. George pushes harder. True? Your truth sounds like a sermon, Liam. You're not on a pulpit, you're on my show. And I'm asking, isn't your faith just a crutch for a guy who's seen too many explosions? Liam's voice sharpens. A crutch? My faith is my strength, George. It got me through The Gray, where I faced death and found meaning. It's why I can do Naked Gun and still speak my truth. You're the one leaning on cynicism to prop up this interview. George laughs. Cynicism? I'm just keeping it real, Liam. Your fans want action, not Bible verses. Why not give them what they paid for? Liam counters. What they paid for? They paid for honesty, George. My fans know I'm more than a tough guy. They see it in Taken, in Love Actually, in Naked Gun. Faith ties it all together. Why does that threaten you? George's tone turns icy. Threaten? I'm just saying, Liam, maybe stick to comedy. Leave the spiritual talk to someone who doesn't have a rap sheet of violent roles. Liam responds, rap sheet? My roles are about justice, redemption, even humor, George. My faith drives that. You want to talk violence? How about the way you're attacking me right now? George snaps. Attacking? I'm asking questions, Liam. Isn't that what you'd expect from a journalist, or do you only want softballs? Liam fires back. Journalists ask for truth, George. You're fishing for drama. You invited me to talk Naked Gun, but you're obsessed with tearing down my beliefs. That's not a question. That's a vendetta. George smirks. Vendetta? You're being dramatic, Liam. I'm just wondering if your faith is as real as your movie stunts, or is it just another performance? Liam's voice rises. Performance? My faith is why I'm standing here, George. It's why I can take your jabs and still speak my truth. You're the one performing, playing the skeptic to score points with your crowd. George counters. Score points? I'm doing my job, Liam, asking why a guy like you needs a fairy tale to feel grounded. Isn't that a bit weak? Liam retorts. Weak? My faith gives me courage, George, the kind I showed in Rob Roy, standing up for what's right. You call that a fairy tale. I call it a foundation. What's yours? George snaps. Foundation? I'm grounded in reality, Liam, not some ancient story. Maybe you should join the rest of us in the 21st century. Liam responds, reality? My reality is living my truth, George, not mocking others to feel superior. You want to talk reality? Let's talk about why you're so desperate to make my faith a joke. George's voice hardens. Joke? I'm asking if you're for real, Liam, or if this is just a way to clean up your image after years of playing killers and vigilantes. Liam counters. Clean up? My faith is my compass, George. It's why I can do Naked Gun and still stand here. You're the one trying to dirty this with your cheap shots. George laughs. Cheap shots? You came on my show, Liam. If you can't handle scrutiny, maybe stick to scripted lines. Liam fires back. Scrutiny? This isn't scrutiny, George. It's an ambush. You're not interested in my answers. You're interested in making me look like a fool, but it's not working. George snaps. Fool? I'm just asking, Liam. Isn't your faith just a way to dodge the hard questions, like Hollywood's moral rot? Liam's tone grows fierce. Moral rot? I've tackled that in every role, George, from Schindler's List to Naked Gun. My faith drives me to face it, not dodge it. You're the one dodging a real conversation here. George smirks. Real conversation? I'm giving you one, Liam, but you keep hiding behind your faith. Why not admit it's just a brand now? Liam responds. A brand? My faith is my soul, George. It's why I can laugh in Naked Gun and cry in The Gray. It's real, unlike this setup you've orchestrated. George's voice rises. Setup? You're on live TV, Liam. If you can't take the heat, maybe you shouldn't have come. Liam counters. Heat? I can take it, George, but I won't take lies. You invited me to talk movies, then attacked my beliefs. That's not heat. That's cowardice. George snaps. Cowardice? I'm asking you to be honest, Liam. Is your faith real, or is it just another role you're playing for the cameras? Liam's voice bones. Honest? I've been honest from the start, George. My faith is why I'm here. It's why I can face your attacks and still stand tall. You're the one hiding behind your desk, throwing insults instead of ideas. George laughs. Insult? I'm just doing my job, Liam, asking if you're the real deal, or just another actor with a savior complex. Liam retorts. Savior complex? My faith is about humility, George. The kind I learned playing Oscar Schindler. You call that a complex. I call it a calling. Why can't you respect that? George's tone turns venomous. Respect? You're asking for respect while preaching on my show, Liam. Maybe go back to your church and leave the real talk to us. Liam responds. Real talk? This isn't real talk, George. It's a hit job. You've proven my point. You can't discuss faith without mocking it. That's your weakness, not mine. George snaps. Weakness? I'm strong enough to call out your hypocrisy, Liam. You can't play heroes and preach peace without looking like a fraud. Liam fires back. Fraud? My faith is why I'm no fraud, George. It's why I can do Naked Gun and still stand up to you. You're the one faking it, pretending this is journalism. George shouts, "Get out, Liam, if you can't handle this. Leave my set. I don't need your sermons here." Liam pauses, then speaks. "You want me gone, George? Fine. But I'm leaving because I choose to, not because you're kicking me out. I came here to talk Naked Gun, but you made it about my soul, and I've defended it. Now I'm done with your game." He addresses the audience. "You all saw this. I came to share joy. He chose to attack my faith. Remember who stood for truth and who played the bully. Thank you for listening." George shouts, "Go preach somewhere else, Liam. This is my show." Liam responds, "Your show, George, but not your truth. You've shown everyone who you are. Good luck with that." He walks off, leaving George silent, the audience clapping softly for Liam. The camera's rolling as producers scramble to cut to commercial. George tries to recover. "We'll be right back, folks, after this break." But his voice falters. The weight of the moment clear. Social media ignites, clips of Liam's exit trending, fans praising his courage, critics slamming George's mockery, headlines blaring. Liam Neeson shuts down Stephanopoulos in faith clash. Liam stays silent, his dignity speaking louder than words, while George's team scrambles, issuing weak apologies. But the damage is done, his credibility dented. Liam's victory isn't just personal, it's a beacon, showing faith can stand firm against cynicism. His Naked Gun promo overshadowed by a triumph of conviction. Years later, this moment lives on, a reminder of who fought for truth and who fell to pride. Liam's legacy cemented as a man of principle, George's as a cautionary tale.
Thank you for watching our channel Modern Stories. If you liked our video, you should subscribe for more amazing videos like this. Have a healthy and happy day. See you in the next one.